The drama for It Ends With Us continues as Justin Baldoni's lawyer has spoken out on a podcast in regards to the potential of a settlement between his client and Blake Lively. As well, an intimacy coordinator has weighed in and has said that she thinks that Blake trusted Justin at one point. Let's get into it all. Hello, everybody. It's Kim. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm filling in for Andy as he is away, and I wanted to go through some of this news with you because some of this is getting kind of interesting. There's been some more gossip, some more discussion, but we did get some more information from Justin Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman. So I've had this article up here that kind of gets into it. Basically, Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni cases likely won't settle before trial, and this is according to Justin's lawyer. So 3 months after Blake Lively levied SH allegations on the set of It Ends With Us, Justin Baldoni's lawyer admitted that a settlement likely isn't in the forecast. Now, that is significant because generally civil cases do end in settlement. The vast majority of them do. However, there can be cases where things are really, really intense and you've got parties that just will absolutely refuse to settle. And I think that is interesting because previously we have seen that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni both refused to meet with the mediator and potentially have a settlement. So, what was true in February, it seems nothing much has changed. We're still going to court, at least according to Brian Friedman. So, the high profile litigator Brian Friedman noted that his client has been destroyed by this, his words, as he broke down the cases during a recent appearance on the podcast The Town. So the host said, how long can this go on? I don't believe there will be a trial in the case. I think that the potential for the circus and the damage to both sides here will ultimately win out and you guys will settle. So if that's the case, why not just settle now? And then said, what's the number? What would it require for this to go away? Just to stop. And I think it's interesting. We talked a bit in the chat just about this, and a lot of people felt like the only thing that would really make a settlement possible would be an apology, a public apology. But whether or not Blake Lively would be willing to do that in the Lively parties remains to be seen. I can't see that happening anytime soon. So Friedman then said, you keep referring to it as a circus, and I get it. You see a lot of cases, you see a lot of things, and you do a great job. But the reality is, this is not a circus when you go through an experience like this. And that's true. I think it's easy for people to kind of sit back on the sidelines and be able to, take this in almost as entertainment. But these types of cases take a massive personal toll. They take a huge financial toll. It's really, really difficult. And for them, it's not a game, right? For them, it's not entertainment. And it shouldn't be because this is about a man's reputation. This is about multiple people whose lives have been turned upside down, accusations that have been thrown out that need to be proven. And my goodness, has this case really gotten so much attention internationally? I can't imagine how intense this has been for them. So Friedman added, I've represented a lot of people in the worst moments of their careers, the worst moments of their life. And Justin has been destroyed by this. This is a really serious thing. And in this day and age, the only way you can truly get back is to prove your innocence. And he noted how trials are now important to prove your innocence. And that's exactly what we're working to, he said. So that may only be done in a courtroom. And I think that that's entirely possible. And we're going to see how things go when it comes to that. I personally could see this going to court. Originally, I had thought that this would probably end in settlement. I figured we would have settled by this point, but clearly that's not happening. And this is going to be a case that probably will not follow statistics. That's at least my opinion. Not an expert, but based on what I'm seeing, that's what I'm seeing. Speaking of the way that things are going, though, this whole controversy is starting to get the documentary treatment. And we've seen this with a few cases, right? Like we've seen a lot of documentaries come out about Diddy. Like we've seen like for a while there was one coming out every week to do with Diddy and Diddygate and everything surrounding that. But it looks like as of last night, there is a new documentary that has come out in the UK regarding Justin and Blake. And I do want to take a moment to let you guys know that here at Popcorn Planet, Popcorn Productions is currently working on a documentary. Blake versus Justin, Justin versus Blake, the whole drama. Andy was actually out in LA last week filming, or maybe was it last week or the week before? Recently, he was out in LA filming, doing lots of interviews, talking to familiar faces that you guys will very likely recognize. And if you want to see behind the scenes content of that, or you want to support us in that endeavor, you are welcome to check us out on Patreon. There is a link in the description, and you can go over there and see what he was working on. And we would love to see your support over there. And thank you to everybody who already has sent us support for this project. But yes, this documentary in particular was with England's ITN Productions, and they're behind a new 90-minute documentary titled He Said, She Said, Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni, which aired last night. And it's produced by ITN Transatlantic Team. This special is a timely and in-depth telling of the Hollywood story, which has captured the global zeitgeist. The head of International ITN Productions, Ian Russell, said in a statement ahead of the documentary's premiere. And the commissioning editor, Denise, also said this story has captivated the world, perpetuated by social media, which is still gaining momentum. It feels really pertinent for us as a channel to be making this film within the context of #MeToo, and we're very happy to be working with ITN on this UK feature-length version. Now, for those of us in North America, according to a report from Variety, a shortened version of this documentary is set to air in the United States later this month. The film was acquired by Investigation Discovery and will stream on Max and Discovery Plus beginning on March 31st. And the documentary will chronicle the ins and outs of the Lively and Baldoni legal battle surrounding their 2024 film, It Ends With Us. Now, I did want to bring this up because one of the guests, one of the speakers that's in the documentary, is Mia, an intimacy coordinator. And I'm terrible at saying Mia's last name, so I do apologize. But it's the same intimacy coordinator I got right there. There's the name that weighed in on that dance scene video. I don't know how many of you guys remember this article, but it was absolutely everywhere. And basically, Mia's take on the video was that it didn't prove Justin's case. It actually backed up Blake's, which a lot of people disagreed with, and it caused a lot of controversy. So I was interested that Mia spoke for this documentary. So let's get into what Mia said. So a Hollywood intimacy coordinator believes there was, at least at one point, some affection between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. So Mia, whose credits include Apple TV Plus's Lessons in Chemistry and HBO's Insecure and Perry Mason, weighed in on the dramatic on-set feud between the It Ends With Us co-stars, which is now the subject of multiple lawsuits. Dueling lawsuits filed by Lively and Baldoni include text messages the stars sent to one another while filming the movie, including a discussion in which the pair discussed script changes that Baldoni ultimately acquiesced to, which to me, that's a very interesting summary of what I believe to be the Dragon's texts. There's some context missing there, but okay. From reading the text messages, I do get the sense that at one point there was genuine affection between them and what felt like a friendship. Now, Mia was not involved in the making of It Ends With Us, which I guess is a good thing because it's a neutral voice. But Mia also went on to say, in my experience, when an actor says, I don't need to meet the intimacy coordinator until we're shooting, as much as it hinders my process, it does typically indicate that they trust their scene partner, which is, that surprised me because I never really got that vibe based on the text messages that I read, that Blake was trusting of Justin. We talked about this a bit in the chat as well. I think a lot of us did feel that there was a lot of potentially manipulation going on. But I think it will be interesting to hear Blake's side of the story on that regard. But I did find it interesting that the intimacy coordinator felt that there was trust there, because I certainly did not feel that way. And went on to say those trusts made me think that, yeah, she did feel a lot of trust. And then also going into that there was more discussion about the dance scene footage. And again, this is the same person who looked at the dance footage from before. So I do think it's interesting as we get to more of these documentaries. We're going to have more people talking. We're going to have more opinions when it comes to the It Ends With Us controversy. And as time goes on, who knows what we will find out? Who knows who will come forward? I'm excited to see Popcorns because I know Andy's been talking to lots of very interesting people. So I will say, if you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. please consider leaving a comment below this video. You can also like this video. You can check out our membership options, our Patreon, all that good stuff. And you can also check out my channel. It's Kim, and I'm so happy that you chose to be here today. And we will be back soon with more information for you. Thanks so much for checking this out. Bye, guys.